Making thing mad. Realize you're not a man. A prophet should have won one, man. Should have won one. You know, you should have brought Tauri to their knees or almost to the brink before somebody else got it. Because you know, Americans never lose. So the Americans were going to win. They were always going to win. But ultimately, they could have given, Apophis a Pyrrhic victory along the way, something, give him Australia for Christ's sake. Let him take out Saddam Hussein, and then get him, something. I would have liked to see a continuation of the human element, a little bit, and that's what attracted me to Stargate in the first place. The minute we started getting into UNAS and all of that, it lost me a little bit. I much preferred having, the Jaffa were great. And actually the System Lords were pretty good too, a good device. But I much preferred when Earth was under threat, from the various bad elements in the universe. Storyline would have gone around that somehow.
I just really like the idea of a System Lord taking over Australia so that our official greeting could be Jafar Creed, mate.
God knows there's enough space around here for all of us.
So this is more of a follow-on question from a video game question. You said that you were good at Space Invaders. Do you think that was a good prerequisite for playing Apophis?
I never thought of it that way. But if you remember Space Invaders, and it might just be, too far back in memory for some of you. If you remember Space Invaders, the idea was to shoot the little guys out of the sky, not to embody them. They would look like an anti-aircraft gun, and the little things went up, and they went up in a straight line, and you had to pick them off row by row. I mean, this was basic binary, very basic.
Yeah. Okay, I think we've got time for one last question, and I think you're going to be lucky last, sir.
I don't really have a question. I'm just saying, Apophis did have sort of a win in the alternate universe where he did invade Earth at some point. Do you remember that? In the Quantum Mirror?
Say that again?
In an episode, in an alternate reality, Apophis did sort of have a win when he invaded Earth through the Quantum Mirror.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that, as a matter of fact. I still haven't figured it out. That quantum mirror thing was pretty oblique. I'm not happy with that as a last question, and I saw a hand in the back there. Somebody
I was just walking back. I was getting comfortable.
There is just no way to answer that one cleverly. And I gotta leave you all thinking I'm clever. I'm sorry.
Okay, is your question going to lead to him looking clever?
So I think I'm going to have to come up with something different for you. I have to say, I really enjoyed the Knox because that was the closest I got to getting O'Neill bumped off. And when we were shooting the pilot, Mario Azzopardi, the director, who is actually a very well-respected Canadian director, insisted on having me take it very seriously. And I decided to focus on the head good guy, which was Richard Dean Anderson playing O'Neill. And as the head bad guy, I internalized the concept. I want to say one more thing. Thank you very much for filling up this room. You really made my day. Appreciate it.
Keep it going, Mr. P. Williams. And why not send him off with one last Jaffa Creed? 1, 2, 3. Jaffa Creed! Very good, guys. Thank you so much.